Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is day number 5 of the boot camp week, but we just did 3 days in a row of charts. You guys like the haircut? I had to go with the bald fade, so I'm feeling good, feeling fresh. Today is gonna be a good conversation. Topic of discussion: trading psychology and profit maximization. The reason why I combined these two today for this introductory, especially if you're a beginner, is because I want to go ahead and give you guys a perspective, right? When it comes to psychology, psychology is all about perspective. And it's actually, when you look up the definition of psychology, listen to this definition. I have it pulled up here as to get it loaded up. I want you guys to listen to the definition of psychology and just look how this plays into trading. So technically, the definition of psychology is the scientific study of the human mind and its functions, especially those affecting behavior in any given context. Watch this. But there's some similar definitions where it says psychology is described as the mental characteristics or attitude of a person or group. Right? So, for example, in a sentence, the psychology of Americans in 1920s. So you have trading psychology. It is the mentality and attitude of traders that we're going to be describing today. The attitude, right? You have the attitude, how you act, and the characteristics of traders, especially successful traders. That's trading psychology. What is the attitudes and the attributes or characteristics that makes up trading? All right. So to begin this conversation, I want to go ahead and paint a picture. So imagine your life before trading, right? Imagine your life before you even thought about the idea of making money online or making money in any kind of market or any kind of form. It was just brick and mortar way of doing it, right? When you grow up in life, what are we always told? Okay, go to work, get a job, right? That's the most typical thing that everybody says, and it's pretty cliche. But when you actually sit back and think about it for a second, think about the fact that not only are you going to be trading digitally, it's the fact that you have access to a market that you cannot physically touch, right? You can't go and physically touch the market. You can touch these headphones. You can touch this phone. You can touch this napkin. You can touch the microphone. There's a lot of different things that you're able to physically touch, and you understand that somebody in their head created this object, drew it out, got the material together, and literally manifested a physical, an image in their head. They physically manifested an image in their mind to create the physical object. That is what most things in life are. Someone sat back and thought, what if we don't have to ride horses anymore? We can sit in things called chairs. Or, hey, we need something that's circular and that moves, a wheel, right? The human mind is so powerful that we're able to create things that are in our heads and manifest those things into the physical reality. The thing with trading, though, it's a little different. What you're doing now is you're taking something that's in the digital world that you cannot physically touch, and now here's the battle. You're now using your head to trade or make money on something that you cannot physically touch, so eventually you can get physical dollars out of it. That right there breaks the entire human civilization of how we create ideas and physically make things in real life. So that's why trading is not successful for everybody, because they don't understand the simple fact that you are about to use your mind to look at something digital that you can't physically touch, that you can't physically see, like that you get. Not I say see, when I'm seeing, I mean like in 3 dimensions. Okay, that's what I mean by see. You can't see it in the physical world in 3 dimensions. You're looking at it through a screen, and that market on that screen has so much money moving into it that you can literally get your reparations from it. You can literally change your life by something that you cannot physically see. That is so insane to you. That's insane. Like, think about how crazy that is. That's the beauty of this entire thing. And that's why a lot of people kind of don't want to step into it, because I understand. Why would you? All your life, you've been told whatever's in your head must manifest in the physical reality in 3 dimensions. Whether it's, oh man, I want to go ahead and date a nice, fine young woman. Okay, I got to go into the physical world to go find one. Or, hey, man, you know, I want to work this job. Well, I can go out in the physical world, go get an application, get a resume, go get a job and go work that place. Oh, man, I want to go travel to Turkey. You can go physically go do that thing. Oh, man, I want to go to the stock market. Huh? What do you mean the stock market? Yes, there's the New York Stock Exchange floor, but the physical market itself where money's being moved, you can't go to that location. You can't go see it. You can't go watch it and go, oh, wow. Like you can't go to the market like an amusement park and go, oh, wow. Look at that, Mom. That's GBP JPY. Can we get on that ride? Oh, hey, Mom. Oh, my God. That's my favorite game. That's called Tesla. Let's go over there. I want to ride the Tesla ride. Oh, my God. Oh, look, they got the crane machines. Let's go play the stock option crane machine. That's not a thing. Like, you can't do that. And so people have to understand, like, oh my gosh, like, it's actually a real thing that you're able to go into the market, go into something that you can't physically touch, and retrieve physical dollars that you can feed your family. Why am I telling you this in this format? It's because that should allow you to build gratitude that you're even interested in making money online. That should be the level of gratitude. That right there, we should all be grateful of the fact that we have the ability and the technology to not only trade physically on our devices, to not only put food on our tables. If you're able to step back for a second and see that you're doing something out of the norm that the world was not built on, that will allow you to take a step back and say, okay, now what is my purpose here? Right? One of the characteristics, psychology, right? One of the characteristics of a good trader, of a successful trader, is understanding their why when they come into this game. What are you doing here? What is your purpose here? What are you trying to find? Because one thing you are going to run into is that this trading thing becomes a journey more than anything. Yes, there are going to be profitability along the way, but think about it. It is a journey. You are somebody who is loading up into this brand new world of trading. You have no skills. You have no skill sets. You really know anybody. You don't really know what's out there yet. So you're wandering through this space like, what am I going to do? So one of the biggest things that you can do is always have your map. Your map is your why. You need a reminder. Okay, why did we step into this game? Is it because I want to provide for my family? Is it because I want to provide for myself? Be selfish. If it's the selfish intentions, then don't shy away from it. Why did you want to trade? Well, I want to make a lot of money for myself. Okay, bet. Good. That is your why. That is your purpose. That is your intention, right? You want to give this trading thing a purpose. The quicker you can give this thing a purpose, the more that you can find gratitude, and you'll have the strength to go longer. Because at the end of the day, some of the characteristics of a good trader, they have a thing called tenure under their belt, right? There are people who come into this game 1 year in and are going stupid crazy, but then where are they 10 years later? Right? Where are they 5 years later, 3 years later? What about the next year or even the following month? Right? So you have to remind yourself that everybody's going to be in this game for a different reason. And you have to understand that you need to find yours. What is your purpose? What is your reasoning? And that is one of the number one characteristics of every single trader that I've known, that I've been around, and especially in this 6-game journey that I had. I have to remind myself all the time, why am I even doing this? Why am I spending the hours to sit down in my chair in my apartment and look at a screen and trade gold or do stock options or binary options? It's because I understand why I'm doing this in the first place. Do you know why you're even trading in the first place? And if you don't know what that is, then there is definitely a big reason why that you're not seeing profits in the market. The reason why that your emotions are all over the place. The reason why your mentality is all over whack. You can't stay disciplined. You can't stay focused is because you haven't harnessed your discipline and your focus and your intention on your purpose on why you're even trading. Because trading is the action. Trading is all the fancy accessories. But guess what? In order for a car to move, you need gas, you need fuel. That purpose is the fuel. Trading is all the fancy gizmos and gadgets. You need the fuel to make sure that trading make sense. So now you can handle your emotions when you lose a setup. When you lose a setup, you'll be able to handle your emotions because you go back to it and says, this is all part of the plan. This is all part of the plan. This is all part of my purpose. Okay, I'm going to learn. I'm going to go ahead and step back. Okay, I'll say, obviously I wasn't going to be successful first time, but what could I do differently? Right? So the second big, number one characteristic of all traders, especially in the trading psychology game, is starting with a purpose. What is your purpose doing this thing? Why are you trading in the first place? Second thing, your second characteristic of your trading psychology that you want to develop in your mind, you need to have yourself a level of self-accountability, right? You have to have a level of self-accountability. Now, self-accountability is going to be difficult. Why? Because 99% of people are not self-accountable outside of trading anyway. Most people are not even accountable besides trading, right? We have 1,000 different ways to excuse ourselves out of situations that make us uncomfortable. Guess what? Trading is going to make you uncomfortable, and trading is going to humble you. And not only humble you, it is going to open a portal. It is going to open a gateway to see the BS that you do. It is going to open the gateway because guess what? Money is only going to flow towards the disciplined. The most disciplined people, that's where the money goes. Money in this trading game, if you did not know, literally money comes from the people who are, money flows in the trading market from those who are unlazy, those who are lazy to the unlazy, those who are risk takers to the disciplined people, those who over leverage to the properly leveraged. The way that the market moves, it's literally taking money from one place to another. If you guys understand that life is a form of transactions, whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, what do you think trading is? It started off as physical transactions through the bartering system. So do you not think that money being moved in the market is coming out of one person's pocket and is going to another? You're absolutely crazy if you don't think that is the thing. That's what is happening. It is taking money out of one person's pocket and is flowing into yours. But guess what? If you want to be on the receiving end of that, you have to have a level of self-accountability. And the thing is, self-accountability will equate to why you're over leveraging, why you're risking so much of a trade, why you have to trade every single day. Because once again, you're looking for something. You're trying to find something. You might be running from something. You might be pressured to do this. You might be like, I gotta rush trading. I have to rush the skill because it's a multi-million-dollar, trillion-dollar market, whatever market you decide to be in. Yes, there's trillions of dollars in it, but just because there's $1 trillion in it doesn't mean you're going to pull a lot of it immediately. You got to be disciplined and prepared and have a level of accountability because guess what? I always tell my team this, that your biggest teacher in this entire trading game is always going to be your history page. Your biggest teacher is the history page. Because one thing that we all know, and I know it's super cliche, but especially in trading it applies, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. If you look at you can tell me all day up day long, well, Aaron, I'm doing this and the market's doing that. Then I look at your trading history and it reflects a totally different story. The narrative I'm going to follow is going to be your history page because the history page is actually showing you your habits. Money doesn't make you rich. Money just exposes your habits. And guess what? Rich people have better habits than you do. Successful traders just have better habits than you do. So now you got to think, what habitual things are you doing in your life that is causing you self-sabotage in the markets? And 9 times out of 10, it got nothing to do with the markets. It just has everything to do with the fact that you don't wake up on time to go to work. You say you want to go to the gym and you haven't gone to the gym. You say you want to do these things outside of trading and you never got a chance to accomplish them. You have all these big aloof dreams and you never act upon them. So then when you try to go into the foreign exchange market or the crypto market or the stock market or the options market or the futures market, and you're saying, well, I'm going to become a multi-million-dollar trader or I'm going to make a lot of money trading. Well, you haven't made a lot. You haven't earned any kind of return of investment on your daily life. You said you've been wanting to go to the gym forever, but yet you still gained some weight. Right? So you said you want to get closer to a higher being, whether you're Islamic or whether you're a man of God. I don't care what you believe in, but yet you say you want to get closer to whatever that being is, and you're not even doing it. So then how do you expect the market to respect you when you don't even respect you? I'm going to say it again. How do you expect the market to respect you if you don't even respect you? Right? That's that level of self-accountability because once again, the market does not give a damn about you. The market doesn't know you're in it. No one knows you're in it but you or maybe your club or your close friends or social media. That's the only people that really know, but the market itself doesn't know you really exist, especially if you're starting out. So why should you be putting so much emphasis and worry into the fact that I got to pull everything out of this thing immediately? You need to go ahead and look at your life. You need to walk around and go, okay, where can I get better? Where are some things that I am lacking in my life? Am I lacking discipline when it comes to coming home from work? I say I want to set stuff here and I never do. Is it the fact that you eat out too much? Is it the fact that you smoke too much? Is it the fact that you drink too much? Is it the fact that you don't live your life in moderation and trading is going to force you to find some level of moderation? And because you live your life with no moderation, then you walk into a market completely oblivious and think that it's all going to follow you, and it's not. So number one, ladies, like once again for your trading psychology, number one, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have a why. What is that purpose? What is the purpose of you being in this game? Number two, have a level of self accountability. Be okay with the market teaching you some lessons. All right. Level of self accountability. All right. Then number three, you need a plan. You need a plan of action, right? So in this game of psychology, one of the big characteristics of traders, successful traders, they have an action plan. They have an action plan. Okay. So what do I mean by action plan? If you're able to find out what the reason why you're trading in this game, and then you have a level of self-accountability and you're disciplining yourself, then when you enact an action plan, you can be able to create the steps needed to get said goal. Example, let's say you say, okay, I want to make 6 figures trading. Well, obviously, before you hit 6 figures, you need to hit 5 figures. You need to hit 4 figures. You need to hit 3 figures. You need to hit 2. Maybe you just need a withdrawal. But what is that? But what does this do when you be able to have this level of an action plan? Is because now every single day when you go into the market, you know what you're going after for that day. Right? So one of the big things is like, yes, you have a big picture. The big picture is always good, but it is perfectly fine for you to set up goals and targets throughout your week, throughout your month of different levels of accomplishment that you're trying to achieve in the market at that time. Because then I'll say it like this. One of the things that school did really well for us, and I'm not a biggest fan of school, but I'm grateful that I went to school. Trust me, I'm educated. I got a degree in everything. But one of the things that school really did for us that I think that a lot of us take advantage of or maybe don't show enough gratitude for is the art of scheduling and the art of building a routine. The crazy thing about school was it was strict hours. You know when you ate, you know when you went to class, you know when you had the focus for class, you know you went to gym, you know when you had a break, you know when you had an exam, you know when you had a test. They had these curriculums and these syllabuses. So you already knew how to build an action plan on how you're able to get through the school year. And the moment you become an adult, the moment you step out of school, life doesn't have a syllabus. There isn't a syllabus for life. There isn't a schedule for life. You got to create your syllabus. You got to create your courses. You got to create that plan. School gave us the opportunity to know what it feels like to be on a routine schedule and follow it and seek success, right? If you showed up to class on time, you got the good grades, you came to school every day, most likely you were going to graduate or you were going to pass the class. But the moment you step out of the classroom, there's no final exam. Right? There's no exam you're studying for anymore. There's no test results that you're going to be working for. Now you're a grown adult and you've been in this system of scheduling and doing things for and that were given to you. Now you got to create it for yourself. And no wonder a lot of people are lost. No wonder a lot of traders are lost in the markets or they give up out of 39 days. They don't have a sense of scheduling. They don't have a plan of action. They don't have a plan of, okay, I have a goal. I need to go hit it. And now I need to create the plan. So the thing is with trading, once you set yourself with a vision and you have you find out your why and you have a sense of discipline with self accountability, and then you set that plan of action, here's what you need to do to be able to help this out, especially help your brain out and especially help your heart as well. Number one, you need to organize your 24 hours. Organize your 24 hours. Why would I say organize your 24 hours? Because in certain market spaces, and I'll say Forex for an example, and you've been seeing I've been really focusing on Forex, so I'll stick with that. The foreign exchange market operates on a 24-hour, 5-day-a-week basis, meaning that there is plenty of ample opportunity for you to get into the market, depending on the schedule that you live on, right? I always tell people on my team will say, okay, you're now welcome to trading. You're a brand new trader. I need you to write down your 24 hours. Write down 24 hours. What is your daily schedule like without trading? Write down your 24 hours. And then here's your next piece. You want to look at your 24 hours that you normally operate on, and you want to ask yourself a really hard question and go, okay, what are things on my schedule that are non-negotiables, meaning that you have to do this or you do not eat or you do not live or you are not able to eat, have food on your clothes on your back and a roof over your head. What are things that are non-negotiable? So for most of us, it's a job. That is a non-negotiable. Like I have to go into work and clock in. That is something that after you look at your schedule, you highlight, you know that is a non-negotiable, that you have to go to work. Okay, what's your schedule, your work schedule? Okay. And if you have a great, consistent work schedule, great. You already know what that is. Now, what you do, look at your 24 hours again. Now you've determined your non-negotiables, those things you can't adjust. Everything else is adjustable. Now you want to ask yourself a question. When could I, or when should I, now I don't need to say should. When can I? And now I would say why. No, let's do when. When can I seriously give 100% focused on trading? What time of the day is that? Look at your hours and sit and ask yourself an honest question. Okay. I know that I wake up at like 5:30 on average, and I'll go to work till 8. It looks like I go to bed around midnight. And it looks like between the hours of 9 o'clock to midnight, I really don't do anything. Like, I really don't do anything. There you go. You find your slot. You now can, what you're going to do is you need to make room for trading in your life. One of the biggest characteristics of successful traders is that they don't make trading up. They don't make trading their life. They make trading a part of their life. I'm going to say it again. They don't make trading their life. They make trading a part of their life. The quicker you can make trading a part of your life, the easier it is for you to handle setbacks, for you to be able to push forward, and it gives you a level of patience when it comes to trading. Because every single day, you're not going to make money in the market. There are going to be days you're going to lose. There are going to be days you don't even take a trade at all. And sometimes the best trade to take is none at all. Sometimes the best trade to take is none at all. Save yourself the headache. Save yourself the headache. Sometimes the best trade to take is none at all. Why? Why am I comfortable some days of not taking trades at all? Because I've made it a part of my life, not my life. And so now, because it is a part of my life, when I am sitting down and I'm studying the charts and I don't see a setup that I like, and I said, you know what, no setups for the day, I'll let the market do what it do. Now I have time to do what I ever want to do. If I want to go to the gym, if I want to go back to bed, if I want to go read a book, if I want to go cook food, if I want to go somewhere else, now I can go do these things because I've now made trading a part of my life. And now because it's a part of my life, and then I can actually create an action plan that I can follow day by day by day, month by month by month, year by year. And now I can have a consistent schedule that I can follow and hold myself accountable for. Why? Because I now have an action plan of what I'm going to be using trading for and why I'm going in the market. I've created a schedule where I can sit down consistently and keep the skill of trading going. That allows me to define a level of discipline and self-accountability. And so now going for my purpose is going to be closer and closer and closer, more attainable every single day because I took these steps. Right. So I really hope you guys, this is making sense to you guys in your head, because that right there, people don't spend the time and figure this kind of stuff out on the front end. Most if you're a beginner trader, figure that out before you even put a single dollar in the market. Why? Because because I'll say it like this. Just because you're practicing doesn't make is going to make perfection, right? They always say practice makes perfect. I don't believe that. That's complete BS, because you could be practicing the wrong thing. You can become perfect at the wrong stuff. Perfect practice makes perfect. You want to be able to know what you're practicing is to a level of perfection. I know we're not perfectionists, but to a level of perfection. You're shooting towards that goal. What can you do to set yourself properly? Find that why. What is that why? Why are we doing this thing? Then you step into self-accountability. Okay, how can I hold myself accountable? Where are areas in my life that I am not accountable, where I'm not disciplined? And then number 3 is you need a plan of action. What is your mission every day you get in the market? Every other day you get in the market, every month? What is that action? What are you going to be doing with the money that you make? Right? Okay, now you made the money. You got to put that money to work somewhere. Put that money to use. That's the plan of action. Right? That's the plan of action. And then last thing in the trading psychology game that I want you guys to pick up, some of the biggest attributes of a trader is they learn to give themselves grace. I'll say that again. You're going to need to learn how to give yourself grace in this game. I understand that the world has a high level of pressure for all of us. We're almost inclined to not let people down. We're almost pressured to make sure that we are always performing at 100%, because if we're not, we're terrible people, or we fall into depression, or we get anxiety because we're not operating at 100% and we're not our highest form of self. But the crazy thing about it is even if people have a higher form of self, who are some of the wealthiest individuals, they know when there's time to give themselves grace. They know when it's time to step away from the markets and just take a break from trading for a little bit. They understand that, okay, I don't need to trade every single day to be successful. They understand that I have to find success in other areas of my life. So now that my trading can emulate the action that I do, right? They understand that how you do one thing is how you do everything. They came up with that agreement in their mind early on, because they know that, okay, they're also human at the end of the day. They are going to make mistakes. And it's not like you haven't made mistakes in your life before. There's nothing new. You're just making mistakes in a new environment. You made mistakes when you were a kid. You made mistakes when you were an adult. We all make mistakes as human. Now you're learning to make mistakes inside of the trading market. You may not know what lesson you're learning from that mistake, and that's okay. Why? Because you've given yourself a level of grace to now be able to step back and say, okay, I just lost some money in the market. What steps could I take, or what things did I do wrong? What are some things that I can do differently next time to not get this kind of result? But you can only speak to yourself in that form if you've given yourself grace and you allowed yourself to make mistakes. If you do not allow yourself to make mistakes, you won't be able to learn or gain wisdom from the history page that you're studying or from the market to be able to adjust your plan of action, to be able to adjust the way you hold yourself accountable, and to be able to adjust how you're going to reach that higher purpose that you set out for yourself in the market. So with those things in place, excuse me, right? With those things in place, you want to be able to understand, okay, if I'm going to go down this road, if I'm going to act upon these things, I need to be able to say, okay, this is a journey for me. This is going to take some time. I got to give myself grace to learn. I got to allow myself to bump my head. Remember when you were a kid and your mom and dad were riding a bike and they put all this equipment on you? Head, you put a helmet on, they put elbow pads, knee pads, right? Why did they set up these safeguards? It's because they were going to allow you to fall. They were going to allow you to fall. They gave you the grace to make a mistake so you can learn from your mistakes. As a trader, you can't beat yourself up if you're not profitable. Don't beat yourself up. Ask more questions. Go seek knowledge. That's the best thing that you can do as a trader. Even me in my game of 6 years, I'm always striving to seek knowledge because I don't know it all. I know enough that works, not that I know it all. I know enough. I'm going to say it again. I've learned to know what works, not know it all. And it's okay that I don't know it all. But so then when I make a mistake, I go, okay, I made a mistake. Where can I seek knowledge? Where can I go learn from my mistake? What steps did I take that got me in this position that I did not do previously or the past time? That allows you to do it, because now when you work this whole thing backwards, this is the 4 steps of trading psychology that get yourself better. Now, when you come back from step number 4, so you step number 4, and you're talking about, okay, I want to give myself grace in this period, and I want to give myself grace. Learn that. Have patience. Now that you've decided, okay, I'm going to give myself grace. I'm okay if I make a mistake. It's not the end of the world if I make a mistake. Okay, that's perfect. Now I can create a plan. Okay, how can I act on this thing? How can I make trading really work? How can I make this make sense? What steps do I need to take? Now that I have the steps to now that I have the steps, let's go ahead and execute the steps. Along my execution, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to have a level of self-accountability. Or shoot, get yourself an accountability partner. Don't trade by yourself. Trade with a group. Trade with people. Trade with others who are doing the same thing as you, and let them hold you accountable to your goals. And then now you hold yourself accountable. Do you think that your end goal is going to be more attainable? Absolutely. Accountability, giving yourself grace, and setting yourself an action plan is one of the three core is one of those three core things that you can rotate over and over and over again, and you can apply those three things in any market space. In any market space. For example, the reason why that I trade nowadays is because I said in one of the first videos that I want to bring families together, and one of the big reasons why families are not able to be together or they're not together currently in this day is because they don't have the finances to stick together. They don't have the finances to go find each other. They don't have the finances to learn their roots. They don't have the finances to spend time with each other. They don't, because they're always working so hard, so they never develop family time. And that family time is detrimental to the child. And now if the child is not having family time with both parents, because without both parents, because I came from a two-parent household, so yes, I have a bias. I would love for everyone to be in two-parent households. I truly believe that two-parent households are better than one-parent households. Does that mean that a one-parent household is not successful to a two-person? No, but I truly believe in my heart, no one wants to be in a household by themselves. I think all of us yearn to be with somebody and be together. So if I can be able to create ways that we can financially bring people back together in some way, shape, or form, then I'm going to do that. But that's why I'm trading. So why are you trading? Figure that out. Set yourself a plan. Figure that out. Hold yourself accountable. Set up a plan and give yourself grace in this journey. All right. So those trading psychology things, hope you take those nuggets and take those gems and really take it to the next level. And so now, why did I start with trading psychology versus profit maximization? Is because today, when I talk about the 4 ways that you can profit maximize in the market, you can, now what I'm going to talk about is now you can give your money a use case in the psychology that you're trying to develop for you as yourself. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. We're going to pull up gold, because if you guys were on the call yesterday, and you guys could see where I talked about what gold could possibly do when it comes to break and retesting and selling, look what we have. Price came down to the zone, ping-ponged in between this zone, which is crazy, broke this level. There's this retest candle, completely crashed. So now what do you guys think gold is going to want to do, right? If you guys have been following along, what do you think gold is going to want to do? And it's so crazy. It almost came down to the zone that we were looking for all the way over here, right? It found another level, which is pretty much right here. So let me draw out this level. My apologies. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, excuse me. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you're blessed. So, awesome. So now, let's talk about it for a second, okay? So when we're here and we saw that gold came down to a level of support that was formed by previous resistance over here on the left with these highs. So remember I said it before, that the market's going to want to go to the beach. It's not just going to randomly go somewhere. This is exactly what it means. It's going to go find levels that it's been before in the past. And that's exactly what it did, right? That's exactly what it did. So the market came down to these levels and reacted. So with that being said, so let's talk about this setup and let's talk about the 4 ways that you guys can maximize your profits within this game of trading. So let's write these all out here. So number 1 is always going to be, right, moving your SL into profit. It's one of the easiest way to protect your assets, because in the game of trading, you guys are going to be making money. You guys are going to be in profit at times. You're going to be super excited. Your emotions are going to be super high. And at the end of the day, you're going to want to go ahead and go, okay, well, how can I protect my assets along the way? You want to be able to protect your assets. The rich does this. They just call it risk avoidance or risk adherence, or they set up nonprofits and they set up nonprofits, or they set up LLCs, or they set up businesses, because all they're doing, right, is they're taking themselves and protecting the money that they're gaining. As a trader, you got to do the same thing. Protect the money that you are gaining, right? So let's say you're in a trade and you're profitable and you set yourself a stop loss. Let's say you took this sell, which I took a sell up here. So let's say we took this sell all the way up here and your stop loss was at 25.21 and the market decides to be all the way down here at 24.69. Go ahead and move your stop loss into profit, gang. Go ahead and secure yourself some bread. Secure this money. And so now another psychological technique, right? The moment you can be able to free yourself up from mental real estate of worrying that you're about to lose money, the easier it is for you to be able to handle your day. One of the worst feelings as a trader is to be up in profit and you forget to move your stuff in order. And now you're going about your day, you're hitting the gym, you're at work, you're living life, and then you turn around and all your profits are gone. Or you're right back to break even. You're like, man, I wish I did, or I wish I. No, now you've taken the wishing, you took the wish away. Why? Because you secured your stop loss in the profit. Now you can be able to handle everything. So now in your head, you go, no matter what, I'm going to win. No matter what, I'm going to win. And that right there is what you want to get. Of course, the market doesn't give you guarantees. And I understand that the market's not going to give you guarantees. Of course, it's not going to give you guarantees. But the biggest thing that you can do is give yourself the highest probable chance of getting a guarantee. Moving stop loss and profit is a very good way to do. It's gonna be a good way to do it, man. So that's the first way. Moving your stop loss into profit. All right. Number two is a good technique that is also really, I would say really profitable, especially in the Forex market. But I think people can do it in stocks and other things like that. It's called taking partials. I'm just going to use the Forex market as an example for this one, right? So in the foreign exchange market, you know that 0.01 is the lowest lot size that people can utilize. Or let's say in the stock market, or you're doing stock options, you buy one contract, meaning that you only have one trade in the market. You only have the lowest investment size that you can put into the game. But remember, we know that you can go from 0.01 all the way to infinity. You can probably go to 1 all the way up to whatever. Right. So the moment you go higher than these points, there could be an opportunity for you to be able to take partial profits of the investment size or the entry that you're in. So, for example, let's say I use a lot size of a 0.10. What does this mean? Guys, that's 10 0.01s in there. That's 5 0.02s that are existing. That's, let's say, 4 0.01s with 2 0.02s, right? With 2 0.02s. That's 8. And you still got, let's just say you got 4.01s and 4.02s. Right? 4.02s is 0.08 with 4.01. Okay, whatever you want to map, split it up. I know my math is not bad. I don't get paid to do math. I get paid to make sure people are profitable. Anyway. But like I'm saying, so let's say you want to get what taking partials allow you to do is, okay, I'm getting an investment. I'm sitting in profit, but I want to secure the bag, but not close my entire position. I want to secure something along the way. It's kind of like in Hansel and Gretel, right? They leave breadcrumbs for someone to follow the path. Do you think somebody's just going to follow the crumbs and not pick them up? No, what do? They pick them up one by one. They picked up the crumbs along the way. So as you're moving in profit, so now, like, I'll do it like this with my hand, for example. Let's say you're now moving in profit, you're trading in profit here, and guess what you're doing? By taking partials, you're taking up your profit, putting it in your account. So now in the event that the market like pulls back on you or retraces on you, you've already secured the bag along the way. So you can't lose. Moving your stop loss in the profit, and then now you're taking partials as the market is moving forward. You move your stop loss up and you're taking partials. You now are guaranteeing yourself a winning day. And then guess what? I know a lot of us talk about, oh man, I want to swing a trade. But guess what? You might not know if it's going to swing on the way. Worst case scenario is you secure the bag and then you just find yourself another entry to continue the setup. Or let's say the market keeps on going. You keep on moving it. You keep on taking partials. That literally what risk adherence is in taking profits. Take profits. You cannot go broke taking profit. You cannot go broke. taking profit. All right. So number one, we talked about one of the easiest profit maximization techniques. Move that stop loss into profit, gang. Go ahead and move that thing. Secure the bag along the way. Once again, it goes back to your psychology. It goes back to your discipline. What are you doing this for? What is your goal? What is your action plan? What's your trading plan? This is a good way to do it. Taking partials, right? And then you have moving the stop loss to profit. Those are probably your top two easiest ways to secure the bag along the way. All right. This last one is a little more advanced. I'll give you guys two. The question now is, okay, all right, Aaron, I'm profitable, made some money in the market, but what's next? All right, what's next? This is now what I just showed you guys about moving stop loss and taking partial on the way is a very internal process that you can do in your broker. Now I'm talking about what do you do with your profits when you're outside of your broker? All right, what do you do? What is something that you can do, or what are some things that we can already do now to maximize the profits that we're making so that we can enhance the quality of life? All right, so the number 3 thing that you can do, I like to go ahead, and you might call me crazy and you might not agree with this, man. I'm either buying food or paying a bill. Why am I doing one of those two things? You think the most clearest when you're full. When you have food in your system, your brain can operate at its highest level when there's food in your system. Trading out of scarcity, trading out of hunger, right? When you're hungry, you're going to do anything to eat. So guess what? When you're hungry and you're trying to trade, you're going to be looking for the market to try to feed you. You're going to try to have the market force feed you because you're so hungry physically. So when you're profitable, guys, buy food. I remember buying my first designer shoe. It was a Burberry shoe. It's Burberry. Love those shoes. It was like $800. Then I got into a car accident and the police took my car until police took my shoes. All that work in the market, all them hours I spent trading to buy my first pair of designer shoes, gone in an instant because I got into a car accident. I could use that $800 to go ahead and pay a bill off or pay some debt down. I could have freed my mental real estate of debt, of hunger. Those are one of the two biggest things that help people today. Paying a bill and making sure that they're properly fed. Because this is why I'm saying those two things. You know how you're working your job? You're working your job right now, right? You're working your job. You work X amount of hours at your 9-to-5 job to make X amount of money. You have now budgeted your life. Think about it. You have budgeted your life around the money that you be making off your 9-to-5. You literally went, okay, I only make X amount of dollars every 2 weeks. I now have to adjust my life based off of the money that I've earned. Now you're trading. Not only you have one stream of income, you know that's consistently coming in, but now you're starting to see money starting to move on this side as well. And sometimes the biggest thing that we do is we take this money over here and we go spend it over here. We go spend it outside of us, whether it's going to the club or buying different things. And that's fine. That's fine. Go celebrate your success. You deserve to do that. But something in the beginning that you can do is take that money that you're making from the market and enhance this. Enhance you. Enhance you. You know you've been struggling with getting some sleep lately because you know your mattress is old. You need a new mattress. You need a new box spring. So instead of me going out and go buy me some shoes or maybe go do it to the club and pop in a bottle, let me go buy myself a better mattress so I can sleep better at night. Because now I've used the trading money to buy myself a better mattress so I can get better sleep. And when I get better sleep, I can work better at my job. If I work better at my job, now I can work better at my job. That gives me opportunities for promotion. So now I'm making more money at my job. That gives me more capital to trade with. Because all I did is one thing. Because what did I do? I used my trading income that I'm making in the market to enhance me, make me a better person. Jim Rohn always said, the more you work on your job, you earn a living. The more you work on yourself, you make a fortune. So let trading build you. Maybe you needed a therapist for a long time and you just don't have the money to go get one. Let the profits you're making from trading go get you a therapist so you can heal that trauma. And the more you can heal that trauma in your heart, it's going to be easier for you to deal with the traumas that the market is going to bring you, because you've healed your trauma here because you used the money for the market to heal you. Paying for food. And now check this out. Because you're now using the market to pay for those things that you need to do to help you out, it's going to be easier for you to income this year. But guess what happens? Let's say you've already budgeted to spend $150, $300 a month of groceries. And now you're making $300 a week trading. That saves you $300 over here to do something else with, whether it's put into a Roth IRA, whether it's to go set up an indexed universal life insurance policy, an IUL. Now you're getting life insurance to set up for your kids. You're setting your kids for college because now you're saving money over here from the 9 to 5. And maybe you say you're saving more for your emergency fund. And now you're letting trading pay for some of those necessities. Now you're paying for trading to pay for those necessities. What you can do is this. Here's a technique you guys can do. Let's say you got your notebook, right? You're trading, you got your notebook. Okay, notebook. In your notebook, you got all in your notebook, what do? You write down every single bill. Write down every single bill that you pay. All the way down to the tiniest little Patreon subscription that you got, or even your Netflix subscription, or me, because I'm a big anime geek. Anime. Write down every single bill that you got from least to most expensive. Trade. Go make money in the market. Get a withdrawal. And before you spend that money, look at your list of bills that you know you pay regularly and see if trading can knock off some of those bills for you. Give yourself the satisfaction of progress. Give yourself the satisfaction that now you've made money. Remember I talked about in the very beginning. You made money from a digital device that we can't physically see. We can't physically touch in 3D, but yet we know that there's trillions of dollars in it through here. And now I'm able to take off of physical necessities in the real world. Why would I stop trading? Why would I even have any hesitation to not make this thing work? That is now how you make trading real. Because like I said in one of my earlier videos, the reality of it is people are not striving to get rich. People just want to have enough so they can feel stable. And with trading, let trading give you the sense of stability that you've been longing for. And in that stability, you'll have more mental real estate to learn more things, to learn more skills, to explore, to try different stuff, to elevate, because you've taken care of your baseline. Your baseline is solid. The more solid your baseline is, the taller you can build. Because some of the tallest buildings in the world have some of the deepest rooted foundations. Maybe your 9 to 5 right now is not giving you the foundational things that you need. And now you're looking for trading to make you more money. Let trading help fill up the gaps that your 9 to 5 is not fulfilling you. Let that do that for a little. Get that sense of like, man, this is, okay, now I can do some things. Okay, now I have a little bit more money. Okay, now I can do this. Okay, maybe I can cover this. Okay, now I can create peace in my life. I can actually finally go take a break. I can actually go get a therapist. I can actually go, put food in my mouth. I can go help my mamas out. Create that foundational stuff, because then when that foundation is solid, then you can go and now here's the thing. The best feeling is when you're able to take a trip and know that everything is good at home. You know that when you left home, it was good. When you're out of home, it's good. And you can come back home and it's still good. And maybe for a lot of us right now, you are trading, and right now, your home is not good. You're not in a good space in your home. Your home is toxic. You're around toxic people. You have a toxic parent. Your household is a mess. Your room is a mess. Your car is a mess. You're surrounded by filth. Spiritually, physically, mentally, however it is, you're surrounded by filth. And so now you're trying to take a trip to escape from that filth. But what if you had trading clean up the filth? The trading, now you have the money. You made enough money trading where you could take a day off of work to go fix on your mental. You made enough money trading to now you can hire a cleaner to come help clean your house. Now you have enough money from trading. Now you can go get not just your car washed, you can get it detailed and make your car look brand new again. You can finally get a chance to spruce up your life to the standards that you've always wanted to live. And so now when you go take that trip to Turks and Caicos or Dubai or Vegas or wherever you want to travel to, now you know that your home is good. The trip itself becomes a lot more fun because now you get to come home to a clean space and a clean heart and a clear mind. Those things right there, when I talked about maximizing your profits isn't about always spending. Maximizing your profits is how can you use your profits to enhance the daily life that you are living in? How can you make the life that you are already living in better? Make it a better thing. Once you figure that out for yourself and you're maximizing those profits, guess what becomes a lot easier? Giving yourself grace, having an action plan, holding yourself accountable. And that vision you set for yourself, your end goal, your why on why you traded to begin becomes that much more clear, because not only are you using your profits to make money, you're using your profits to enhance the daily life that you already have. And you can do those things over and over again and watch how much peace you will have in your heart when it comes to this skill. Thank you guys for joining this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation of trading psychology with some profit maximization as well, of how to protect your assets, especially in this game. Love you guys so much. Thank you for an amazing day. Tomorrow, we're doing fundamentals, my favorite conversation. That one's going to be a heater and a banger. It's going to be long. So I'll see you guys on the fundamentals call tomorrow. Peace.